a show that tackles the big issues affecting the BVI and the rest of the Caribbean. Searches for answers to today's big questions and gives viewers a unique perspective on developing stories. Follow the big story with me, Kathy Richards, only on JTV. This show is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, NV Salon Spa Nail and Barbershop, the Wellness Center, Medical and Behavioral Health Clinics, Ticely Cross Deliciously Smooth Cider, HOV Medical, and Digicel. Sign up for Digicel Plus Home Light Bundles, faster internet, movies, and sports. This is The Big Story. I'm Kathy Richards. I want to thank you so much for joining us for today's edition. In studio with me is a young man that you would have been seeing quite often around and about and probably not even knowing what he's all about because he's so into being a part of what happens around here in the community. Selvyn Dawson, you sit here today as the District Rotaract representative. Welcome to the set.
Thank you, Kathy.
So many persons hearing District Rotaract representative. What's that all about?
So Rotary International has a worldwide spread of clubs and community service organizations, and it's divided into what we call districts. And District 7020, which I am currently the leader of on the Rotaract level, consists of 10 countries in the Northern Caribbean. Listing them is Bahamas, British Virgin Islands, US Virgin Islands, St. Martin, Anguilla, Jamaica, Haiti, Cayman Islands, Turks and Caicos.
Okay, that means that you know this at the palm of your hand and gives me the indication that you would have come up through the ranks in this. Tell us a little bit about your background in Rotaract and within the entire Rotary family.
So I started my journey in the Rotaract or Rotary International when I was at college. So this was back in 2012.
You got an idea how old it be?
So yes, I was studying at the time and I got invited by my then roommate to see what this meeting was about. And then from there, my interest just peaked. And over the years, after graduating from school, I came back home, learned that there was a Rotaract Club in the BVI. That was the Rotaract Club of Tortola, still existing right now. And for over 10 years now, I've been a member, I've been active. I've served in many positions, president twice. And I've also been on the district level, which currently I am the leader of. And yeah, it's been a good journey so far.
What it is that your friend, that meeting that your friend invited you to, what it is that piqued your interest that would have caused you to come home, look for a club, and to be there until now?
So initially and honestly, I was home at the time doing nothing. Like I was just watching TV and he was like, come. So when I went to the meeting, they were preparing a service project, and the BVI is not preview or popular to this thing, but they were providing pumpkins because this was during the October-November season.
Halloween coming around.
So Halloween is coming up, so the pumpkin carving and stuff like that was a thing in Rhode Island at the time. And just hearing the planning and the organizing of how they would be distributing pumpkins to the community made me really more interested in how you are serving in America. So when I came back home after graduating and I learned that there is a Rotaract Club, I said, oh, I can continue my service. And once I came in, the then president, who is Jerry Clark, she was like, yeah, come, we'll invite you, see what it's about. And from then I just remained, and here I am, almost 11 years now after.
Okay, well, you don't have the pumpkin tradition here, but we have other traditions. What are some of those activities that keep the organization pumping?
So for the most part, we in Tortola, the Rotaract Club of Tortola does this OLIAC, this career expo, where they expose young children to potential and diverse growth areas of their profession. You know, it's not always the desk job that some children are invested in or interested in. Sometimes they like the hands-on. So every year we take a different approach to exposing them to the diverse realm that is careers. We also believe in providing or securing our environment. We've erected a solar tree in the Noel Lloyd Park. We've continuously done a number of coastal cleanups and cleanups in the community, in beautification projects, planting trees, as well as just maintaining our environment, promoting and awareing the community that is protect your environment.
Okay. So how do you become a member, and why should one want to be part of the Rotaract family?
So basically 18 years and older and show interest. My friends, usually just by wearing my pins, my friends would normally see and ask me what it's about, and then I would pique the interest by having that conversation, saying we are giving back, we are believing in professional development, because we as young adults are still finding our way in our careers and stuff. So Rotaract gives the opportunity for you to learn more about the areas. So similar to how we give the opportunities to the early actors or the primary school children, Rotaract also provides areas where speakers come in and talk about their professions, or areas that they can invest in or expand their career paths into, and just learn. So once that conversation happens, I invite them to the meeting, come and see what it's about. And I guess I take a page from my roommate at the time. He invited me, so I invite you, see what it's about, and then if you're interested, let's have more of a conversation and build from that.
Okay, well, I guess a lot of young people listening to this right now would want to say, tell me of one thing that would have piqued your interest and would have had you locked in, that you would have done here in the Virgin Islands, that you could say, yes, being a Rotaractor is worth every minute of it.
I would say my actual growth, it stood with me, because one of the things I do not care for is the public speaking, but I have grown over the times to just develop and advance and grow. And I think once you are getting something out of it, if it's public speaking, if it's the gratification of giving back to your communities, or if it's the networking where you meet different industry leaders, based on what you get out of it, can be that satisfactory moment for you.
Well, I could tell you that I can attest to that growth, because in time past, I know Selvyn, once a camera is out, he's way down to the back. You can't get, don't come, no, don't come, don't. You were that, and to see you sit here today talking about the Rotaract and Rotary in the Virgin Islands says a lot, and I guess that you would have seen the benefits of this, and it is something that has propelled you now to a top level. Let's talk about that. You now being in the top position for Rotary in the District 7020.
Yeah. So, wow. Like any position, I usually question myself before I accept the nomination or the suggestion that taking on this role. And most of the people, because one of the things that I do appreciate in my journey, in my 11 years or more being in Rotaract and Rotary, is I've met so many people, and the encouragement and the guidance and the wisdom that they hold, not just in Rotaract but outside of Rotaract, it's the conversations grow. And when that moment came for my nominations, because to be the DRR, District Rotaract Rep, you are nominated 2.5 years before the actual term starts. So when that moment came up and they asked me to take on this thing, if I would consider being nominated and stuff, I was like, I need the support. Like, make sure support is there, make sure that, because if it's one thing I know, Rotaract is not a one-man job. Rotaract will never be a one-man job. And if the support is there, it makes the journey even more and all the more easier to execute. So when that moment came up, I just made sure that the support was there. When I accepted it, we prepared, we planned, and here we are now starting what is my journey. Because part of my duties as the DRR is I will be traveling to
we were all that.
Creating the incentives to engage, energize, and keep Rotaractors interested in continuing their service, as well as tapping into the community, bringing that presence and awareness to the community. So as I carry out my duties, I'm required to travel to all countries that have Rotaract clubs in the district, and starting with my home country, the BVI, because
awesome.
I felt it best, given the theme for the year is Sail, Serve to Achieve, Inspire to Lead. Sail. When you start sailing, your journey begins from home. You make port and you depart at once. So I felt like leaving the BVI would be the best pair to start the journey and then return home at the end.
And more so, the BVI is considered the sailing capital
Correct.
of the world, so you're going to
Exactly.
sail off from that. So for this period, I think it's 1 week that you're going to be
Yes.
interacting more at the DRR visitation level.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you're going to be looking for and be doing throughout this week?
So far, based on the schedule that my ADR gave me, the Assistant District Rotaract Rep for the BVI clubs, I met with the governor yesterday. I'll be meeting with the premier on Thursday. I'll be visiting the Rotary clubs in my capacity as DRR. Some of them I will be speaking at, but others I'll be participating in activities or service projects that they will be doing. I will also be meeting with the boards of the Rotaract clubs, and then there's a joint meeting that I will be sitting in on to witness them execute their moments. To conclude the week, I will be doing or attending a Blue Jeans soiree. It's a fundraiser that the proceeds will be going towards the district and the administration, and of course
And that's
getting
one of the
the
signature
DRR
events
around.
of Rotaract,
Yes.
right? The blue jeans. I remember
Yes.
some years ago. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
So when you see Blue Jeans, you do see Rotaract. This has been like a pillar fundraiser for the Rotaract clubs in the BVI and across the district, actually. So
Oh, yeah?
yeah, district clubs. What has been catered over the years is the clubs across the Caribbean, across the district. Sorry, when they do their Blue Jeans fundraiser, those proceeds go towards the district. So they contribute towards the district in that aspect. So it's now a thing that Blue Jeans is across the district. Everyone knows it, and they know Rotaract is Blue Jeans now.
Okay, before we go to the question that I really wanted to ask you after, what is the signature thing about this Blue Jeans one this year? Considering the fact that the DRR is from the BVI.
Correct. We took a spin on it. The ADR and her team took a spin on it, and this year we're taking it on the waters. The theme is sail, so we are doing a boat ride, Blue Jeans soiree. So it's an all-inclusive experience. Drinks and food will be provided, and
How big of a boat?
it is one of the Romney's boats. I'm not sure the name of it, but yeah. So entertainment is by Topman Key, DJ Topman Key, and yeah, come out, have a good time. We'll be on the waters.
What date is that?
This is Saturday, the 3rd of September.
September.
Yes.
Okay. Who are eligible to attend?
Anyone can come. Once you reach out to a Rotaractor, both Rotaract Club of Virgingana and Rotaract Club of Tortola, reach out to any one of those members. If you don't know, you can find them on Facebook and send a DM or IG and send a direct message, and we will get the information to you so you can sign up and purchase a ticket.
Oh, you have to sign up. Why sign up?
Because as big as the boat may be, there is a capacity limit, so we can't oversell. So, yeah, once you reach out to us and you show your interest, we will therefore make accommodations and let you know, and then give you your ticket once you pay for it, of course.
Awesome. Okay, so earlier you talk about paying courtesy calls on the governor and the premier. How important it is to liaise with these governmental entities?
For the most part, in my views, I think the nonprofit in general, in the BVI, not just in the BVI, but across the Caribbean, sometimes they're underutilized or unrecognized or not serving a purpose until it's the month of that awareness or effectiveness. And paying those courtesy calls kind of helps them, the government, of course, understand that it is not only you that can do, you know. If you partner with non-profits, if you partner with corporate BVI or the corporate, then there's opportunities where you alone are not, I guess, footing the bill per se. We can provide labor, we can provide assistance, we can provide wisdom, but if you don't partner with us, then it kind of duplicates efforts or creates a moment of strain. So having those courtesy calls kind of creates the engaging moment of let's start the conversation and build from there to get a better BVI, of course.
Okay, but you haven't met with the Premier just yet,
No.
but you would have met with the Governor.
Yes.
What was the key takeaway from that interaction?
So the takeaway, and he did spoke heavily on it, is his time he's more spending with the older heads, the corporate leaders and the ministry leaders. So those are more of the upper age bracket, and he is eager and willing and interested rather to speak with the youth, speak with the younger adults and speak with the younger generation. So one of the things that sparked interest is having a discussion panel or having a forum where young adults, young persons in the community come out and ask the governor any and all questions. And he seems excited to want that to happen.
I'm hoping that date was already sealed and set.
So we both agreed that we will look at our calendars and try to mesh a nice, good date that works best for both of us and make it happen. But it is something that's in the pipeline.
Awesome. You see the importance of, sometimes, we think that, it's just a courtesy call. Hi, right, drink tea and that. But they're much to be derived from these. Given the fact that in the Virgin Islands, we have so many issues surrounding our young people, especially our young men. And the cry is always out there that not too much attention is being placed on trying to surround our young men, our youths. Where does the Rotaract family sit in this space and answering this call that we have right now that is so loud in the Virgin Islands?
So for Rotaract, I would say the space is there. We welcome any and everyone, but part of it is we will provide it or we will give it, but how much of it do you want? And the thing for us is more creating ways to attract, finding ways to engage. When I started Rotaract, technology was advancing, but now in this day and age, technology has advanced. And how do we now get young people to, let's say, get off of social media and come and have a social service project, clean up your...
Strike a balance, get them to strike a balance.
So it's more finding ways to engage or create the engaging aspect of wanting them to be a part. I can have the conversation with them, but not everyone wants to hear or not everyone wants to speak. More people want to act, and giving them things to act on. Simple as, let's do a cleanup, How do you feel about doing a cleanup? Or how do you feel about doing a car wash? What are your interests? And once we pull that type of information from the community, we create that space to say, okay, well, we're doing this now, so you're going to come, right? And then they just end up staying or sticking around.
Awesome. And you've been attracting, from what you've been seeing, have been attracting more and more young people into Rotaract?
I would say yes. And it's kind of a cycle in the sense that because we are still young adults, there's that phase where some are going off to school or some are going off to vocation. So it's like you're coming in and you're getting that nice entry into the foundation and into the organization, and Rotary does offer certain opportunities for Rotaractors and young adults to benefit. So once you get in the door and you see what Rotary has to offer, or the community that is BVI and stuff has to offer, you grow into what is a nice career path. And so far, I would say we've done a nice job entertaining the Rotaractors or the members that come to our community, to our meeting, sorry.
Yeah, and one of the beautiful things that we constantly hear about is that level of international benefits that you gain. You talk about a number of persons leaving to go further their studies, and when you get out there, you're still into a family, though
Correct.
It may not be the same district. You're still in the family. Once you carry that badge, you're welcome.
And the beauty is, because Rotary and Rotaract is so global, anywhere and everywhere you go there, you would find a club that you can you don't necessarily have to join, but be a part of, show up to their meetings, partake in their projects, show up to their activities, stuff like that. And again, just by wearing the badge or the pins, you become family. Like, oh, join us, you know. So it works because I left from university to come home to a Rotaract club. So my transition was, I guess, smooth.
You are now just beginning your year, and nice to see that you're starting off your visitation here in the Virgin Islands. But you have to go out. You have to go out to 9 or 10 others,
The 10.
others countries. What it is that I know while you're going to explore what they're doing and how they're doing things, what are some of the things that you can foresee that you'll be taking with you to those countries that they can, tap into?
So for me, one of the things, and this is just by observing in my capacity, because we are now 2 months into the year. The Rotary year starts in July. So just by observing, some clubs do seek or require that support in sense of just showing up. There are times when clubs feel like they are in this alone and the community is aware of them, but the community is not joining
into
them, you know, and it's not participating. Now, Rotaract may not be in your timeline at this current moment, but the day you see that Rotaract is doing a service project, that invitation is automatically there for you to come, help us do this project, help us distribute school supplies. School is about to start right now, and you may have that young friend or young child or that might need school supplies, and when you see this, how do you now get the proceeds of what the project was before if you're not showing up and reaching out, So there are moments where the clubs do feel alone, and part of my journey is to encourage them to never think that way, because the Rotary family is a global thing, and if your community is small, you can reach out to bigger clubs or bigger organizations, just partnering, create that partnership and build from it. So that's one of the things I would say.
Okay, and before we close this conversation, there is that feeling among some sections of communities that Rotary and Rotaract for the elite. Those in there would know that that's not the case.
No. Honestly, Rotaract is a giving. Rotaract is a service. Rotaract is the benefits is the gratitude and the satisfaction of giving that service to someone. And when your community is happy or your community is shining due to the work that you as a Rotaractor or a Rotarian do, that is that is our payment. Our payment is the happy faces and the recognition that, oh, this is a Rotaractor. I remember when he was cleaning the streets with us and making sure that our community is pretty. That is what we consider our payment to be. We do not benefit in no way, shape or form from our service rather than the gratification. And for me, I think it's education. Once we teach them or show them what we are or who we are, then they would understand better that anyone can join, anyone can be a part, anyone can take place and take up space in Rotaract and Rotary.
Awesome. Selvyn, this has been a really, really good conversation. I know you're just getting started into the year. You would have seen others go through this, and you would have been very close to
Robin.
Yeah, immediate past Robin, and had that interaction. You've got a great feel. We know it's not going to be an easy run, having to maintain your job and run 11 countries, 10 countries.
Yes.
It's not going to be easy.
But hey, once the support is there, I believe that it will be a smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing.
But
you're hanging on to it.
Yeah. Once the support is there, I'm comfortable in knowing that the journey will be smooth. I'm not afraid to step up when I have to, and if I have to, I will.
Awesome. In this moment, as we close out, you have 30 seconds to talk to your audience.
30?
You don't have to use it all.
So, okay, thank you again, Kathy, for having me. Once again, my name is Selvyn Dawson, the District Rotaract Representative for District 7020 and the thereof, sailing the journey ahead. If you are interested in any way, shape, or form in being a part of or giving back to your community, Rotaract is the place for you, and you can find us on social media. Find us on Rotaract Club of Tortola, find us on Rotaract District 7020, on any platforms. Once you search us, you'll find us. The Rotaract Club of Virgin Gorda as well, because I know our sister island is very active in the community. So if you are one that wants to give back, wants to develop professionally, wants to establish yourself in the community, join Rotaract.
Awesome. Could not have been better said. And here at JTV, we wish you every success in this journey. We know that as a Virgin Islander, you are going to make us super proud as you sail through the Caribbean of District 1720. Thank you so much for joining us here. And thank you for joining us for this edition of The Big Story. I'm Kathy Riches.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year. Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
Opiate. Hi, I'm Cowboy, and I'm running for president of Stake. Thank you. And I will meet your needs. Some bathrooms are so expensive to build, they come with security. But at Staycation Butchers, our meats are affordable. People always ask me, Cowboy, where does your salmon come from? Well, our salmon comes from the water. A vote for Cowboy is a vote for quality, integrity, and consistency. So come into Staycation Butchers and cast your vote for me, your next president of Steak. Alexandra Durant approves this message.
No, I don't.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.